was using this TJ Maxx eyeshadow, and I use those for reddish browns, and just place it all over my eyelids. I like to hit the eyeshadow brush really hard against the palette to kind of get all like the loose powder out. But I just put it all over my eyelid in kind of a rubbing circular motion. I kind of make the eyeshadow shape very round, so it fits my eyes very nicely. I was going to do a more bolder color before. I started doing a green, but then I changed it because I realized that it wasn't going to fit right with the outfit I had in mind. And so I ended up just doing a more neutral red and brown look. So I just place that all over my eyelids. I just place it all over my eyelids like that. Doing a whole bunch of different pats and rubs and stuff like that, and to make it the color that I need. I don't know if you guys won't be able to hear this, but I'm listening to music and I'm humming very, very loud. I think I was listening to The Promise by When in Rome, The Rome, something of that nature. I'm not sure what they're called, but it's called The Promise, I know that. So there's something very loud and very off key as well, so I'm glad you won't be able to hear it. So I'm just placing that all over my eyelids to get the shade that I like. Still hitting that eyeshadow brush really, really hard against the palette. There's a glitter on my lip. So how did I bring down the eyeshadow like that? Go back in and make it a very good color. Defining it around my nose. I do apologize for you not being able to see a lot of it. I had some trouble figuring out the different angles, so some of it you'll be able to see, some of it you won't be able to see, so I'm very sorry about that. It's not all hidden, I promise. So, on to the next palette, HEYYYY Revolutions. So I use this shade called Firefly, I believe. It's like a green, gold, orangish, sparkly color. And I just place that all over my eyelids. I tap it between my fingers because it can get very clumpy. And I'm sorry, that was my leg if you heard that. And I just pat it all over my eyelid. I don't use a brush because it gets too clumpy on the brush and you won't be able to move it too much. So, yeah, I just pat it like that. I love glitter. I love anything that has to do with glitter. Glitter looks so nice for a makeup look. See, it's getting clumpy in my fingers now. And like that. And then I just brush it away. Just patting again, I use the silver glitter, and just do the same exact thing I did with the firefly color. Bring it down to my cheeks and my under eye. And I did the same exact thing I did with the other one, so I'll just do that and kind of spread it out. And now I go over to my left eye again and do the same exact thing. I try not to use too much glitter, but it always ends up that I use too much, and you know what, it's a look. There's no such thing as too much glitter. So now the glitter is all done, and now I'm going to do my eyeliner. I do my eyeliner off camera just because it takes too long and the video would take forever. But first, I use this SpongeBob palette that I got for Christmas a little bit ago, and I use this shade called Tree Dome, and I use it as an eyeliner for my inner corners of my eyes. So, just use my finger and kind of tap it in my inner corners to kind of bring a little shine to the corners of my eyes. Now, I'm going to do my eyelashes. Since I finished my eyeliner, I used the Duo eyelash glue on my very, very dirty and glittery eyelashes. And I just place the glue right there on the lash line. Now, I normally do my eyelids too, put eyelash glue on my eyelids, but I did forget to do it on my one. So, before I get too ahead of myself, I'm blowing on the eyelashes, and now I'm going to curl them while they dry. I'm not sure where the other grip went to this one, so I just use it the way it is. So I'm going to curl my eyelashes. Now I go in with this Wet n Wild Mega Strength mascara and just put it all over my eyelashes. And now I go and do the same exact thing on the other side. The curl, the mascara. So I'm doing the mascara now after I just curled them. Now I know that my eyeliner is a little wonky. I will go and fix it then, which you guys will see. But I do go in and fix it and make them a little more even, so they don't look like one's going down and one's going up. I have a very hard time with eyeliner, making them even. So now I'm going back in while the eyelashes dry to do my inner corners with my eyeliner because they seem to be wearing off. So I go back in and fix them, making a nice little triangle shape, which I normally don't do, but today I thought it'd be pretty cool to do that. Something different. Now, as you can see, like I said, they're very wonky, my eyeliner, but I do go back and fix it. So now I am blowing on my eyelashes to get them dry, and I'm putting them on. Now, this is very tough for me as well, as I am not a makeup artist, so I don't put them on super even at all. I think my in the inner corner of my eye, because my inner corner likes to pop off every time I put it on. So I end up just having to fix it, and it works throughout the day. So I usually don't have to fix them, so now I'm going to put the other one on. Do the same exact thing I did for the other eye. I got a lot of this out, but there was a lot of fooling around between these edits. I was singing, I was dancing, I was just something you probably shouldn't see for the video. I was laying down with my cat, you know. This video probably would have been at least an hour and a half long if I kept all of what I didn't want in. So, like this part right here, like I was saying earlier, I usually do that. I usually put eyelash glue on top of my eyelids to make sure they stick. Thankfully today, they stuck pretty well without the eyelash glue on the other one, but now I'm putting it on. And they look pretty okay today. Growing up, when I was first starting to do eyelashes and stuff like that, they were pretty wonky, let me tell you. But I think as I got older, I think I learned a bit, and now they're half decent. So now I'm going back in with the eyelash glue and placing it in the inner corners to make sure that one doesn't come up. That one should be a little more secure, considering that I put eyelash glue on the eyelids first over the other one. But yeah. So now I'm just going back in and doing the eyeliner again, just to, like I said, refresh and make sure it is nice and filled in. Because touching my eye, it likes to get rid of it all. Now I'm going back in with the mascara that I used earlier and doing my lower eyelashes. I usually don't really have a method for this one. I kind of just do it until it works. Well, normally I would do what I'm doing here, but it usually depends on how well they're willing to stick to each other that day. Some days they'll come out nice and filled in, and some days it looks like little sticks on my eyes. So it's a mystery every time I do this. You can't really see it in the camera, but there was mascara there. I ended up fixing that as well because it got on my under eye, and it smudged a little bit, so. This one always gets me in trouble for some reason. I usually only ever do my eyes for some reason, just having it sit on my face all day. So I normally just do my eyes. Growing up, I had really bad acne, so it was kind of hard for me to wear foundation and concealer stuff because it would always end up just looking cakey. So I just usually stuck to eyes, and it just stuck with me now. So I'm just putting more glitter on my face. I probably didn't need it, but more glitter is great. So then I put that same SpongeBob eyeshadow on my nose and the bridge of my nose and my lip, I believe it, yeah. So now I'm done with my makeup. Now I'm in the bathroom now, and I just take this Q-tip and attempt to straighten out my eyeliner. I don't know how well it worked, because my perspective is completely different from somebody else's, so I don't know, but I end up going back in and fixing the one side because it ends up being shorter than the other one, or more rounded, I should say. So looking at it here, like that one is much rounder than the other one, so I end up going and making it straighter. Now onto my hair. I take my hair dryer and just hair dry this until it ends up being dry. I just put heat spray in it earlier just to make sure that it doesn't fry my hair completely. I end up using the freeze setting on my hair dryer a lot. I think I changed it to high right now, just because I was in a time crunch, like I said, and I needed to make this quick. So I just do this until they come out dry. Now, with this curler, I can never tell when they're dry because they look wet, but when I undo it, they look dry for some reason. They are dry for some reason, so I don't understand. So I end up doing it for a bit. Again, I have SpongeBob on, so the light is changing. So I'm just still just making sure that they're dry, especially in that spot right there, because that's always where they seem to not want to dry. So, and like I said, SpongeBob's on, so I'm taking a peek over at my TV every once in a while. Now, I believe I'm about to unravel them in just a few moments, so nope, apparently I'm still dry. This usually takes forever, so okay, now I think that's glitter in my hair. Okay, so now I'm actually going to unravel them now, and no problem, I'm getting there. Surprise. Surprise, surprise.